Hello, America. How are you? Welcome back into the Mountain Studios. Welcome back to 5 and 15. I'm your host, Frank Martin. As most of you know, 5 and 15 is a show that highlights all we do here at the network in 15 minutes. It's quick, like the amount of time it took for me to find this tie on eBay. Who wrote that? Brett? Anyways, here's what's on today's menu. Here's what we're talking about on today's show. Our top story. The Women's Golf Championship happened this past weekend in sweltering heat of Phoenix, Arizona. Congratulations to TCU's Sana Newtonen, who took home the title after a grueling playoff with San Diego State's Christine Wong. The upcoming Women's Golf Review Show will cover all of that, and we'll get to that in a little while, because the show will also feature a segment that goes inside the game. Wyoming coach Josie Stender let us mic her up.
Good shot, Juanita. Great start to a great day. You know, they beat themselves up so much that at least for me, I put a lot on myself to be the one that's up and positive all the time. How are you feeling?
Good. I was like feeling really stressed out when I I woke up because I was sweating. I was so hot, like always. And when he was like snoring, so I was like laying there panicking, so I made myself like get up to go to the bathroom, so I could because you know when you're part asleep. But I feel like really calm now.
I work with the men as well, so it's very different dynamic. How are we doing?
All right. And the par bogey. She says, I feel like crying today. I think it's because it's Juanita's last round. I said, how about we cry when you're done? And she walks up easy.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Again, it's a distraction that shouldn't be.
Yeah.
You can see the full piece with Stender when our Women's Golf Championship Review Show debuts on April 25th at 8 p.m. Bill Dolman and Scott Walter host it all. They recap all the action from Wigwam. Log on to the MTN.TV and check out our TV schedule to see when the review show airs next in your area. Now, miking up the coach was one of the highlights of covering the Women's Golf Championships last week. Oh yeah, that and the fact that it was 106 degrees. That was awesome. But back to miking up coaches and players. I know you viewers love to hear that type of stuff. In fact, because the process of miking up coaches and players is so appealing, we do it a lot here at the Mountain. Here's another example. We had to subtitle them. It's hard to understand sometimes. Anyways, with the women having completed their scheduled conference season, we can now turn our attention to the focus of the men of the Mountain West. And before we talk about the men of the Mountain West and their championship, let's take some time to relax and unwind. And when you do that, you can focus on the little things, like guys and how they mark their balls. No, I'm being serious. Here's a story that we ran on that topic last season.
First of all, I use the line just to, line it up.
And it's always green. I don't know why I choose green.
Just a red line is always my usual marking.
Black, always black.
Just whatever I feel that day.
I just kind of, thought it was cool one day and I put it on both sides, so that's what I do.
Like most great ideas, the concept of marking your ball up was born out of necessity. Years back, golfers had the choice of using either one of two balls, the white one or the other white one. So, in an effort to keep their balls straight, they had to put defining marks on them.
For example, I don't know, I can put Vamos as an incentive, just to keep it, I don't know, positive through the day.
I was also surprised to find that some golfers use the ink as means of improving their golf game.
And I use this thing, which is called a line 'em up, to help you draw a pretty precise line. So you don't want no S curves, lining you up, right?
We do the whole golf championship review thing again in a week. The men's golf championship takes place the weekend of May 4th through the 6th at the Omni Tucson National in Tucson, Arizona. We will broadcast a preview show starting on April 27th at 7 p.m. Once again, log on to the MTN.TV for more info on that. Well, you may have noticed over the past few weeks, college football teams are starting to play their spring games. That's the annual ritual that ends spring practice. Well, even though we are months away from any regular season kickoff, for most, April is the real time to find out what type of team you have, as was the case for Bobby Hauck and the UNLV Rebels.
For the QB's redshirt freshman, Nick Sherry completed 5 of 7 passes for 50 yards, while Caleb Herring went 5 of 12 for 50 yards. The Rebels open their 45th season on August 30th when they host Minnesota at Sam Boyd Stadium.
This team likes to play. You know, we don't have to kick them out of the locker room in front of the TVs to get out of here. They're out here waiting for us every day, and they really like to play.
I'm glad Bobby Hauck has a team that likes to play. That's probably going to come in handy this season. But if I may diverge from that topic in football for a second, I need to ask one thing. Who's the big guy standing next to Bobby Hauck? I mean, Bobby Hauck played college football. He's like 6'2", and Ivan Drago over here is casting a shadow on his face. You ever seen a guy that tall, anyone? I mean, I'm pretty short. I understand that. But this guy looks like Bill Brasky. And Bobby Hauck's a football coach. Am I making my point, people? It looks weird. It's like if Shaq tried to ballroom dance with Tom Cruise. Can't even see his chin. Well, barely. Can't even see his face. Anyways, like I said, though, I look like a jockey compared to both of them. All right, stories like the one you just saw, minus me, appear nightly on the Mountain Sports Report. Check your local listings for the next airing of the MSR or log on to the MTN.TV. All right, I promise we're going to be back after this break, so don't go anywhere. No, don't go anywhere.
You're casting again. Wait. Don't cast, shift your weight. Shift. There. Got it? Hands in. There. Never let the barrel go. Get your hands working. That's around it. Outside half, you're around it. Is that going to hit me in the head? No. Wouldn't hurt. Too numb up there anyway.
As spoils for winning the Commander-in-Chief's trophy, seniors from the Air Force football team got to visit the White House this week. The Falcons have won the trophy awarded by the president of our country a record 18 times. Take that, Army and Navy. During the visit, John Davis took the opportunity to suck up to his new boss.
First off and foremost, on behalf of my teammates and myself, I just want to get up here and say that you're the man. And there you go.
Mr. President, we have the game ball from the Navy game this year that we won 35-34. And we also have the score of the Army game that we won 24-14.
Man, I will treasure this except when Army or Navy come back. We'll hide it in the bank.
There's one circumstance, though. We have to see you strike the Heisman pose.
You know, that's pretty good, I think, but hold on a second. Let's go back to the Heisman pose because I think he might have done it opposite, right? The man known as Barack Obama has been getting a lot of play on the interwebs for doing that, and I may be speaking out of turn, but Barack could probably use some work on his Heisman form. Am I still here? They haven't come yet? So the Secret Service? No? Anyways, let's do this. Hey, give me a football real quick. I'm going to see if I can do the Heisman pose better. Barack, well, I never really amounted to much anyways. There is one pose I can do, though, better than Mr. Obama. Guys, do we have it? Okay, maybe not. Anyways, baseball's regular season is nearing its end faster than you think, and we're ready for some excitement here at the Mountain. That means we're ready for the best of the baseball moments, and there is no better baseball moment than the walk-off. Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, Gene Tennis at the plate, and whammy! Oh, sorry, that's from one of my favorite movies. But anyways, we have shown you some great original walk-offs on the Mountain. Here's one from a few years ago.
There he goes! There's Wilson. Hall coming around third. In comes the throw.
Here's a quick look at the next games the Mountain will be airing in the month of May. From May 4th on, it's all conference showdowns, with the main event looking like that upcoming weekend series between conference leaders New Mexico and TCU. Now, what you might not know is that the walk-off is not entirely unique to baseball. We here at the Mountain love utilizing the walk-off when we get a chance as well. But a good studio walk-off is almost as rare as a good walk-off on the diamond. So when you get them, you got to cherish those moments. Starting right now.
I'm Bill Dolman. We will see you later on the Mountain.
Thanks so much for watching Stories of the Mountain West. I'm Joanna Canals. Goodbye, everybody.
I'm Scott Serra. Thanks so much for watching. And remember, if you're not thinking about numbers, you're not thinking late.
Where's my severance check?
Hey folks, that's all the time we have for this week on 5 and 15. As the guy who greenlit John Carter said, I'll show myself out. Well, this is the Mountain West Sports Network, and I want to thank you for watching 5 and 15. We will see you next week.
5 and 15! Woo!
It's always nice to look back. Let me see if I can add to those and give you another great walk-off. As the famous philosopher Porky Pig once said, that's all, folks.